I just seen a pregnant mom. She got out the car. She had two boys. Both of them looked like they were maybe like, I say about maybe 6, 7. And then immediately, this one that had on a red sweatshirt, she slapped him upside his head, the back of his head. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, she's being a mom. She's disciplining him. But what happened next, I think it really crossed the line of discipline and went over towards the line of abuse. So after she slapped him, she fussed at him for having his shoestrings not tucked inside of his shoes. Not that they were not tied. They were tied, but she wanted the ends of his shoestrings to be on the inside of the tongue of his Jordans. I don't understand the difference, but that's what happened. So now she's bullying him. She's in his face, talking at him, and he's crying. And imagine, he looks like he's about 6 or 7, maybe 8. And he's bending down, like just straight down. And he's doing something to his shoe, and he's not doing it fast enough for her. So then she grabs him by his arms, and she throws him in the back seat of the car. I told you there's a fine line between discipline and abuse. So now she throws him in the back seat, and I'm thinking he's the only person back there because she threw him in the back of that car hard. But no, out comes a young little girl. She's so beautiful. She got her little braids. She looks like she's maybe about 10, 11, maybe 12. I'm leaning more towards 11. Anywho, she hops out the car with another toddler that she's holding. Okay? So if you did your math right, that should have been about 4 kids. Plus she's pregnant. So now she's leaning into the car. The door's open, but she is steady punching at him and saying God knows what, because I'm just sitting on the bench. I'm observing. I'm the observer. And I can hear him. She said, I heard her say, shut up. Probably with an F or two. And they stood there for a long time with her just constantly saying whatever she was saying to him and hitting him. You've arrived at this store. But instead of going to the store, you are taking time to bully just one of your children over some shoestrings that you want them to specifically tuck inside of their Jordans. This truly don't make no sense. Now, while I'm waiting on them to finally get out the car so I can see how the little baby doing, and I'm waiting until they walk past so I can say something positive to him, because that's going to affect his self-confidence, because she's doing it in public. And because she's doing this to him in public and only to him, he's going to feel that her words and her emotions and her embarrassment is his responsibility and is all his fault. I only know because I was one of those kids. So another car pulls up, and I wave at them as they ride past. And it was an elderly woman in the passenger seat and a little boy in the back seat. The woman driving pulled them up to the front so they can get out. And the little boy got out, and his grandma said, tie your shoes. Tuck your shoestrings in. And he took his time. He tucked them in, and she was taking her time anyway. They were just happy to be at the store. We got 2 examples. One positive with grandson. And it's not just because she's grandson. I had a vibe that their whole family was really calm. Because another one, I can say a sister or a daughter, got out the other side, and she was doing her own thing, happy. That's the positive example. And then we got the negative example of the same thing. Tuck in your shoestrings, tie your shoes. And she still was over there bullying that boy. Still. So she finally pulls him out the car. He's crying. And as he's walking towards this cart that was sitting there, she then hits him in the back of his head again. And he falls and stumbles and he's crying. So they walk past. And I'm like, 1 minute, okay. And I'm like, oh no, he walking past. And I say, oh, you look so handsome. He had on a red little sweatshirt. She still was mumbling some terrible things to that little boy while they was walking, and had the little 11-year-old girl grabbing him by his shirt. This how she was holding him. Hold on to him, because he don't know. Out of all these kids, and she's pregnant. Parents, we have to do better. You should not be your child's first bully. And it is not about discipline. You can discipline children without beating them, without humiliating them. Because now she's extra hard on humiliating him, because she feels that she is now embarrassed because of his behavior when it's her behavior, not his. We have to do better. I love you.